Good morning, good morning, good morning. It's about 9:35. Yeah, looking at the clock. And today I just wanted to talk to you guys about gratitude and why it's the cornerstone of abundance. So today, my son Joseph is not feeling too well, so he won't be going to school, which means I won't be in the office. But I'm grateful for the fact that I work in a business that allows me the opportunity to be able to stay home and work from home. Like right now, this is kind of like work. But I don't consider it work. But I can do whatever's necessary to kind of take care of my son. So at his school, there's this mean flu strain that's going around, and his throat's a little bit sore. He doesn't necessarily have the flu, but I'm gonna probably line up a doctor's appointment for him today just to see if we can double check on some things. But there was like 50 kids that went home over the last 2 days with different kind of things going on with them. So just being grateful for the fact that no matter what's going on, I can stop and make sure he's all right. Of course, I always have the itch to work, and I got calls to make. Granted, I didn't have appointments today that I couldn't necessarily reschedule or do from home, on the computer. I don't necessarily have to show up anywhere, but being grateful is the start of it all, man. So, as I said before, you got to be grateful for what you have. You got to be grateful for the things that you want. Be grateful as if you already have them. But if you are not grateful for just the smallest of things, or big things, whatever, then it's more than likely you're going to keep getting what you already got. The people who are always complaining, bitching, moaning, all those things, you're going to continue to get those things that put you in a position to continually be the way that you already are. So if you want to change things, all you got to do is smile every now and then, wake up, talk about what you're grateful for, even if it's just one thing. I wouldn't wake up and say, I'm grateful I woke up every day, because eventually you'll stop saying that. Think of different reasons you're grateful. Of course you're grateful you woke up every day, if that's going to be in conjunction with some other things, but what else are you grateful for? There's plenty of people who don't work, but some people are like, well, I'm grateful for my job, but I hate this job, so that's fine. What else are you grateful for? You know, you're healthy. And if you're not healthy, you're on the road to recovery. There's so many things that you can be grateful for, and then if you just start your day from a place of gratitude, man, it changes everything. And to be able to help other people, you have to be grateful for what you have, and spread the message of being grateful to other folks to help them get more of what they want. Appreciate people, and of course, my 3 letters or 4 letters: visualize what you want. So every day I'm visualizing what it is that I plan to get, and I'm grateful that I could even visualize. We all technically do it, but to be able to have control over that and to understand how to do it, to make things come into existence, that's a gift in itself that we all have. But well, with all the distraction going on nowadays between work, it's always about money. And part of the reason why I do what I do is because when I was growing up, I'm pretty sure I wasn't the only person. Money played a big factor in a lot of things. So on how my parents operated and did this, how they operated and did that. I remember when my parents split up. When they split up a few times actually, but the last time they split up for good was, I think I was 13 or 14, and see my mom struggling where she was paying for things. Then see my dad, because we ended up staying with my dad that time, and to see how he was struggling and actually be out there in the mix with him. Especially, I remember that first summer after they split up. We had just moved back here from Boston, because we moved up for a year and came back, and I was working full time. Like I was like 13, I think, maybe 14, and it was just him and I the whole summer, and I just literally worked all day long, nonstop, and just to see what it was like to have to take care of things, to keep things going. It was just, I didn't complain, man, but looking back, it was a good experience, but I'm not going to do that. I shouldn't have to do that, and that's not what I'm setting up for my son. So I'm grateful for those experiences that I was able to endure that, and that's learning hard work. Even before then, I was working, learning how to work hard, and learning how to work hard is important. And at the same time, I think learning how to work smart is just as important, if not more important. I guess seeing how I'm on this side of the spectrum. So with my son, I don't know if have him out there cutting grass like I did cutting trees. He doesn't necessarily have to do that, but I've replaced those things. What's going on, Chris? I've replaced those things that I grew up doing. I replaced those with sports. Right now, I don't want him playing football. He did play flag. That head trauma stuff is real, But I replaced that with him doing mixed martial arts. And what's going on, Rich? I replaced that with mixed martial arts for him. So as you guys can see in my Gabe videos, I'm always posting videos of him working. So for the most part, he does a good job. And, every now and then he has a bad day he's getting dealt with. But there's some things he has to learn with his technique. He has to learn to be patient. He has to learn to be disciplined. And all the things that I learned working hard with my hands, he can learn right there in that octagon between doing jiu-jitsu and boxing and wrestling. Because at the end of the day, it's all about a mindset. And he can learn how to do those things and strengthen his body versus like how, especially when I was at the shipyard, and Rich, people getting banged up in there, man, and they leave out there, they're never the same. So granted, I didn't want to leave up out of there the way I did. It was a blessing in disguise because I'd have been ran down like hell when I got out of there if I was still there. So he can learn all those things. He can learn hard work. He can learn how to work smart, teaching them business, not just from me, because I'm still learning business from people that are way more successful than I am. Just putting him in a path, man, where he can just always have a strong mind and strong body. And I'm just grateful that, even like for that car accident, man, I'm grateful that it happened, because if it didn't happen, I'd still be doing the same exact thing. And if I would have been doing my own business, which I've done in the past when I was at the shipyard, it wouldn't have been the same as it is now, because, we were making decent money. So it was always easy just to go work some overtime, go back to work. I mean, there was times we worked 7 days a week, hours on end. I mean, 7 days a week, 12 hours a day, 7 days a week for months on end. So there's plenty of times that we've done that, and it was just easy to do. You're already there. You just get up and you go. So it's easy to keep doing those things over and over again. So by the fact, the reason, like when I was a supervisor, I got my job taken away from me. I'm grateful for that, because if that wouldn't have happened, that wouldn't have set the domino in line to affect me being to the point where I am now. I'm grateful for the fact that I lost my job. I'm grateful for the fact that I was taking, I was making less money, and all those things, switching shipyards, all that stuff, man, all the stuff that sucked, that I just sucked up. I'm grateful that it all happened, because if it didn't, I wouldn't be here now, and I wouldn't be, where I'm going. And like I said, I got a vision, and where I'm going in my vision, and what I have a vision for my son and my family is amazing. I couldn't accomplish that, working at the shipyard, even though I met a lot of awesome people there, Rodney Richardson being one of them. He taught me a lot working alongside of him, respect to him, and a lot of the other older guys that took the time to show me the right way and show me how to do the things the right way. I'm grateful for you guys. But for the most part, that's it, man. I'm hanging from the house today. Like I said, my son's sick, so I got to do my 11 o'clock Facebook Live from my business page, and it's going to be from the house, but I'm a marketer. I can work from anywhere in the world as long as I have, a cell phone, laptop, and freaking internet connection. It's on. So it really doesn't matter. And in worst case, if he does start feeling real bad, then I just shut everything down, man. Family's number one. And like I said, I'm in a position now where I can put family first and not have to put money first, even though we all need more money. But I'm grateful for the fact that what I have, what's coming, what's not here, whatever it is, man, everything is set up the way it's supposed to be. So take that message for y'all who are on here. If anybody wants to say what they're grateful for, I'll shout that out, man. What are you grateful for? What's your vision? What do you appreciate? Things of that nature. I mean, those are the things I start off every day with, I end every day with. And a lot of times, man, and even like, people are asking me, so, how do I just keep moving forward? I mean, granted, like, the worst things in the world haven't happened to me. Like I said, there's a guy named Sketch that I grew up with. And he was a little bit older than me, but he was in my high school, and he was always real cool with me. My cousin Randy always had some jerk-ass friends, and he was one of the few guys that wasn't a jerk, and I always liked him. So around the same time I got in a car accident, he got in one. That man's just now learning how to walk, but coming on 6 years later. He's just now starting to take steps again. So to compare what happened to me to compare to what happened to him, it's like, I don't like doing those things, but it's just difficult, man. It's difficult to compare stories, and sometimes when you're telling your story, people are going to be like, well, this happened to me, this happened to me. Get the hell away from them people, because they're not trying to hear what's going on with you. Raul said, and I'm sorry am I saying your name right? Having the people around me, helping, support me, and grow. I got no excuses. Great stuff, my man. I appreciate that. I can like that right now. Joe, that's the timer. But that's what it's all about, man. Like, even like what y'all saw when I went to the meetup, for anybody who saw that when I was with the Geniuses, man. finding a community, man. Like even when I worked at the shipyard, I had some cool guys like Richardson, like I said, that taught me the way. Rahul, okay, I got you. But that wasn't my tribe, man. I found some good people there. It wasn't my tribe. Like I got into real estate investing. Nice people, wasn't my tribe. Um, got into doing network marketing. Great people, great service that I was part of. I got in a few of them, but there was one I loved more than any of them. And I'm not here to sell y'all on that because I'm not doing it. But wasn't my tribe. I thought they were, but it turned out that they weren't, man. It wasn't what I thought it was. And to be in this mix of marketers they're people at the end of the day, man. But just to be around these great group of people that I'm with now, I finally found the people that I resonate with me the most. So I'm truly grateful for that because it's been quite some time, and I'm used to rolling by myself, but I don't have to do that anymore. So even doing these damn videos, man, like if you guys have a message, man, share it with people. I mean, I'm an introvert, but people don't think so because I talk. But shit, if Richardson was still up here, I'd have him tell you, man, like I didn't talk much back then. I mean, I didn't talk much. Like people at the shipyard, whether it's Newport News or the government yard I worked at, they were like, damn, you're a totally different person, man. Like you're not even the same dude that used to work there. And it wasn't that I thought I was antisocial. I just didn't have the right people around me that I wanted to talk to everyone. But I'm just grateful, man. I'm an introvert, but I just don't give a damn. Whatever needs to get done, I'll do it. If that means talking on the camera, I'll do it. If that means going out knocking on doors, I'll do it. Y'all seen it in my videos. If that means calling 100 people a day outside of my time limitations, I mean, I'll do it. So I just do whatever it takes to get done. I don't make excuses, and shit, I still feel like I make excuses if it doesn't get done. So I know I'm a hard critic on myself, and sometimes people say I'm too hard. But unless you're one of the people that I'm following and you have what I want, then if the guy that has what I want is telling me I'm working too hard, then that's one thing. If you're not a guy that has what I want, you're telling me I'm working too hard, I'm gonna look at you like I appreciate it, but at the same time, this guy over here has what I want. I'm following him. He's telling me what to do, and he's telling me I'm not grinding hard enough. So it doesn't, and I even had a conversation with, even my parents before about it. Like they meant well, and they tried their best to do a lot of things, but they don't know everything. So, it's no disrespect to them. And I've told them that before, but as much as I love them, they don't have what I want. So in some instances, I'm gonna have to go and listen to, my mentors and see what they're saying versus what my parents are saying, even though they mean well. And I think the difference between success and failure sometimes lies in, directly in who are you listening to. If you keep listening to the same people, you'll keep getting the same results. So, and don't be afraid to invest in yourself. Like to be able to have mentors, you got to spend money. Every now and then you don't, but for the most part, you got to be willing to spend money and invest in yourself in order to get people to want to invest in you. Imagine like, definitely, what's up, Malcolm. You're spending money. You know what time it is. But imagine like even like with Billy. Imagine how many people come to him and want help, and if you're not spending any money with him, it's not all about money, but how could he take you serious when there's other people willing to spend money and pledge their time? And it's the same for anybody who you want to follow. And even then, people are given enough free content. So whatever it is that anybody on this live wants to do, whether you're watching it now or you're watching it later, no matter what you want to do in life, go on YouTube, type it in, you'll find someone, you'll find at least 5 or 6 to 10 people that are doing exactly what you want to do. Look at them, see which one resonates with you the most, and watch as much of their free stuff as possible. Yes, they're going to try to sell you, but if you don't have money, it shouldn't stop you from learning in the meantime and learning the process of what you're trying to do and becoming familiar. So that way, when you have the money, you know who you already want to bet on and who's going to work with you the best and whose message makes the most sense to you. So I said I was going to go already. Yeah, it's time to roll. These lives, man, they start, they happen fast, and the time just starts rolling. So, it's time to get Joe straight. We're about to probably head to the store, see if we can't see Dr. Marian Constantinides. For you guys who are local, she's one of the best doctors around. So we're going to call her, see if we can't make an appointment, see if we can't get something for him before he actually starts getting real sick. And we're going to leave it at that, people. So remember, gratitude, appreciation, visualization every day. It's not just some words I put together. It's some real shit, man. Do it every morning, do it every night. And watch how your life change. Smile more. I mean, that's all you can do is smile more, man. Like I said, I'm happy as hell. And the one thing that I realized, too, was back when I was working at the shipyard, I mean, I was moving and I was doing shit, but I wasn't happy, man. So, anyway, bless you too, Malcolm. I keep saying I'm going to get off. I'm off for real this time, man. Talk to y'all soon.